On the Sunday of the Canaanite woman, the church designated for us to read the passage from the Gospel of Matthew the Apostle, chapter 15, verses 21 to 28. It relates to us the story of a woman whose daughter was possessed by a demon. In the previous few verses, Matthew the Apostle related an argument between Jesus and the Pharisees about what truly defiled the man. The Pharisees believed that not following the cleansing rituals found in the law of Moses made people unclean. Jesus retorted that what made people unclean was not what goes in the mouth, but what comes out of it, since what people say comes from the heart. In its fallen state, the human being's heart is the source of evil thoughts, murders, adulteries, fornications, thefts, false witnesses, blasphemies. These are what defile a human being. Matthew then proceeds to relate the story of a healing Jesus did in Phoenicia, modern-day Lebanon, in the region of two very important cities called Tyre and Sidon. The main character of the story was a heathen Canaanite woman hailing from that region that had a demon-possessed daughter. The people in that area still lived in the thick of darkness of idolatry. They worshipped divinities such as Moloch, who demanded child sacrifices from his followers. It was from this darkness that this woman, whose name is unknown, came forth in order for her to become a shining beacon for us. This Canaanite woman's daughter was severely possessed by a demon. Seeking for a way to heal her daughter, she heard of Jesus, whose fame had spread in her country. She heard of his teachings and miracles and became convinced that he was the one and only solution to her problem. She truly understood who Jesus actually was. Otherwise, she would not have humbled herself to the extent she did, as well as to seek him out and petition his help. Jesus is the second main character of the story. We already know his identity. He is our personal God, the incarnated Logos, the second person of the Holy Trinity, who emptied himself and became a man like us, so that he may reveal to us that God is Trinity, and also so that he may save us and make us sons and daughters of God and heirs of his heavenly kingdom. Our God does not look at the multitude of our sins when we approach him. Instead, he looks at how the supplicant presents himself in front of him and what mindset he has. As King David tells us in Psalm 103, "For as the heavens are high above the earth, so great is his mercy towards those who fear him. As far as the east is from the west, so far he has removed our transgressions from us. As a father pities his children, so the Lord pities those who fear him." The Canaanite woman sought Jesus out, and when she found him, she immediately started crying out, "Lord, Son of David, have mercy on me. My daughter is demon-possessed and is suffering terribly." Even though she was there on behalf of her daughter, she asked for the Lord to have mercy on her and not her daughter. She humbled herself by taking responsibility for her daughter's condition. She did the opposite of what Adam and Eve did in the Garden of Eden when they disobeyed God. They shifted the blame on God. Adam said it was the fault of the woman that God gave him that they were in this mess. Eve said the snake that God created made her do it. In contrast to them, the Canaanite woman acknowledged her responsibility in the actions that led to the possession of her daughter and did not blame God for it. Furthermore, she truly believed that Jesus was the prophesied Messiah, and that is why she addressed Jesus by his biblical title, Son of David. Jesus heard her cry loud and clear, but did not reply to her. It was only when the disciples asked Jesus to dismiss her because she was crying after them that Jesus replied, "I was not sent except to the lost sheep of the house of Israel." The woman fell down and worshipped him, saying, "Lord, help me." Jesus retorted, "It is not good to take the children's bread and throw it to the little dogs." Why was Jesus being so harsh with her? Wasn't he the one who would say, "Ask and it will be given to you, seek and you shall find, knock and it will be open to you"? He did this for 3 reasons. The first reason was to teach people perseverance. Just because we need something does not mean that it is good for us, especially at the time we ask for it. The second reason was to show that God is working on His own schedule when it comes to the salvation of His creatures and uses every tool available to save us. The third reason was to show how great the right faith, perseverance, humility, and prayer of the Canaanite woman were. He used these virtues of the Canaanite woman to save her and her daughter and made her into an instrument for the salvation of all the upcoming human generations. So the woman did not waver from her intentions and her belief that Jesus was the Messiah. She responded to the Lord, "Yes, Lord, yet even the little dogs eat the crumbs which fall from their master's table." She wanted to let Jesus know that she was not asking him to allow her to sit at the table as an equal. She was content to partake of even a tiny speck of leftover grace. The Lord praised the faith of the grieving mother and told her because of this, whatever she wanted would be granted. The contrast between the Pharisees, who boasted that they were born of God and that they were from the seed of Abraham, yet did not believe that Jesus was the Messiah, and the Canaanite woman who humbled herself to the point of accepting to be insulted, yet believed in Jesus, is as clear as night and day. The former were humbled by Jesus and their prayers not heard, and the latter was elevated, justified, and went home to a healed daughter. The former lost their place at the table and received the portion that fell off the table, while the latter was elevated to sit at the table and receive the portion reserved for the elect of God.